One. Hello, we're live.
Hey everybody, welcome to Stealthy Elf Productions. We're going to play some Pathfinder 2nd Edition for you tonight.
What?
Yeah, I know, sorry, I started to spring this up on you last second like this.
Oh my god, you gotta tell me in advance.
I know, but I love the surprise on your face.
Fuck! Let's do it, go ahead, keep going.
Alright, well, before we jump in, let's say hello to our players. Let's start with Button and give Alec a second to think about it.
Thank you.
Okay. Hello, I'm Button. My pronouns are they, them. I'm Blue Button on social media. I play Cressida, the party's druid. And when I'm not playing them, you can find me playing Sugar Pea over in Outlaws of Alkenstar on this channel, or playing Amanita, the little mushroom that could, in New World Rebellion. And when I'm not here, you can find me over on... Nope, this is Stealthy Elf Productions. Tales Archived in the Known Realms Telesh campaign, where I play Echinacea Belrose, and in the upcoming Pirates of the Dual Seas, where I play Anorian Springtide. That's all.
Alec?
Hey guys, first and foremost, I want to apologize to you to see me like that. I usually don't like being surprised on camera, but you know what? Sometimes it happens, and David, I appreciate the intent behind it. Thank you. Hi guys, my name is Alec. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet. Tales Archived. I play Finn Reese here in Unearthed Inheritance, and I also play Nrim, Guy in the Walls. Just saying things to people who can't see them. In New World Rebellion. When I'm not here, you can find me as the Archivist for Known Realms Telesh over on Tales Archived, and I also am the captain of Pirates of the Dual Seas. Play a lot of NPCs, do a lot of stuff. I produce. We got some cool stuff coming in the rest of 2025.
2025.
Hannah!
What up? Hey, hi, I'm Hannah. I will be playing Theron Balmia. Sorry, my speaker's just a little thing. When I'm not here, I'm playing Comedian Apple, everyone's favorite charming gnome bard, who is also a compulsive liar. And some other things in some other campaigns on this channel that have already been mentioned. Also over on Tales Archived, I'm in the Pirates of the Dual Seas campaign. It's so much fun. We're pirates. You should go watch right now. Well, after this.
Yarr.
Watch this first, then go watch that.
Is Hannah's camera lagging for anybody else?
No.
Hannah? Okay. Okay. All right, guys. My name is David. My pronouns are he, him. I'm going to be your GM this evening. You can catch me here as the GM of all of the Heroes of Histaeria games. That is Unearthed Inheritance. That is Sensi Saga. That is New World Rebellion. And I am also the GM in our Outlaws of Alkenstar game. I do lots of stuff here. Just scroll around the channel, check it out. And then I'm also over at Tales Archived, currently as Whistle in the Known Realms Telesh campaign. I was going to say in the Hobgoblin campaign. Oh, hang on. All Hobgoblin campaign. And then I am Jin, many faces of Jin in the Pirates of the Dual Seas campaign. That's me. All right. Well, guys, you guys might notice we are down. Adam, you can definitely go check him out online at Mr. Adup. That's MRADDUP.
Yeah.
He does all sorts of cool stuff. So check it out.
We miss them.
I miss his intro.
I know, me too.
I
I counted. I said I
do
felt it way too
TTRPGs.
slow.
I do cosplay.
Yeah.
You can find me doing stuff over at Tales Archive sometimes.
Soon.
You know what, guys? Between the all of us here,
No.
I think we pretty much got
Yeah.
we
No.
got their intro
We
down,
can't
right?
play
we got
Taruk.
nailed,
We
yeah.
You can't play Farouk.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Adam, we miss you. Come back soon. Okay. Let's hop in, guys.
My husband's at war, and I miss it deeply.
I realized I didn't assign a recap to anybody, so we will just pick up here outside of Nepetta's hut. Nepetta, the witch dryad of Damarel. You guys have just rescued her after she was almost abducted by a mechanical centaur, another one of the monarch's strange mechanical creatures. You've seen the Arbiters, you've seen the Thelatos, you've seen the Brahm, and now this new entity added to the mix. But despite its fearsome attacks, you were able to overcome it through a really clutch healing bomb that also saved Nepeta's life. That was, I was saying to telling Alec earlier, that was probably play of the game for that last
Game
session.
changer.
That was a game changer. That shifted the tide big time.
Bam!
A bomb. And yeah, and it resulted in a frog getting on the field, which continued to just spell the doom for this strange creature. We're picking up in the aftermath of that. Cress, your birds that you sang to and called to wing have seemed to have routed the Arbiters up in the sky. They are flying back northwestish, probably in the direction of the tower.
Great.
And yeah, and they're kind of like swirling back, but they're they kind of land different branches and stuff, and they start quite a chorus of victory. It's a bird song choir of victory as they are all around, alighting upon various little perches, and they sing their songs. Nepeta, in the wake of this, in all of this, makes her way over to the party, and she says, "Oh, Little John, thank you so much for recruiting your friends. Yes, I'm grateful to all of you.
Are you all right?
I will be fine, Farron. Thank you for your concern." I looks to the Twigjacks, the other Hanovers, like Little John, little seaside gremlins. Avi, the strange cloaked cat creature that Farron, it did a little like fortune palm reading thing for you. And she kneels on the ground, and she crunches her hands together. You see, I call them hands because that's, for all intents and purposes, that's what they are. But really, they're more, branches that kind of intertwine and lock around. And she kind of casts the forehead. You see, greatly saddened by the attack on her hut. But at the same time, grateful to all of you for the assistance that you've rendered.
How did this happen? Did they just ambush you out of nowhere?
Yes, they did. All this time, I had believed us to be hidden. The machines have not found us before, despite everything. Until recently. They came right after I felt something I haven't felt for a very long time. And she looks at all of you and says, I felt the presence of an arboreal.
Our friend will going to gesture over to Taruk.
I will say,
similar.
I'm really sorry that Adam isn't here, because this was Adam, you came in really clutch with that tree sense, Nepeta vibes with that stuff. But yeah, you mentioned, I would say for Taruk's part, Taruk will probably just have Taruk kind of in the back, and we'll say nodding along, right? So Taruk is present for all of this, but we'll let Taruk kind of be passively taking it all in.
Whoa. What does that mean? Is that good or bad?
In times past, I believed that it would be good. But now, with the tower under the control of these machines, it's likely an ill omen. She turns to you, Finn, and says, if the arboreal has been awakened, it's very likely that the machines are getting closer to the vault.
Well, we plan to make our move here within the next day or so.
You
Hopefully
all
next
still
2
in
days.
next?
Like, could you just
You
bump
all-
up your gain a tiny bit? I have you all the way up.
You all still intend to lead, to go to the tower then?
Indeed.
It is our intention.
To free the prisoners and obtain the Everseed.
There's much more to do there than we initially anticipated. But Nepeta, this is Crescent Estuary.
Yes.
The one that the birds sing of.
It's an honor to meet you. Might I attend to all of your wounds? And because I'm a master of medicine, I can treat wounds on 4 people at once. So if the rest of this conversation could, during that 10 minutes, if Cress could treat wounds on Taruk, Finn, Farron, and Nepeta. Just because sleep doesn't bring you to full. Cress wants everyone to be as safe as possible.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, let's say everybody kind of sits in maybe a little, circle, and Cress, with that same speed and smooth efficiency that you've been healing folks with almost magically. Yeah, you get to work. Let's go. We'll do those rolls real quick then.
Yeah, I
Right.
should have pulled up treat wounds because I always forget the numbers on it.
You're good. And any flavor that you like, feel free.
I think.
I imagine Nepeta, I'll say too, is physiologically much more plant than person, too.
Yeah, I think settling into this work, Cress is taking in the space. They're kind of flushed. The birds have mentioned them to this dryad. They're that's an honor, right? So I think Cress whistles while they work, and they will listen to the birds. They will listen to the conversation between these 3. And I think that not only are they doing their pit stop performance, their sort of flurry of activity and quick motion, they're also bending to touch the soil. They are making quick compresses out of the natural materia in this space that just exists because a dryad honors this place.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's awesome.
What do I had? I ate at 18, I think. I rolled an 11 plus 18 for math.
29.
29 for all of us?
29?
Or one at a time?
You want me to roll a different one?
Up to you, Button. If you're welcome to do one at a time, or if you want to do them in batches or pairs, I'm fine. You'll have the time.
I should look it up because I don't know if in treating 4 people at once it is all the same roll or not.
Yeah, I might specify.
Probably
for the
would
future.
Probably would be individual rolls, but I don't want to keep you here rolling dice all night, so I'm fine to take it as.
Hey, that's the game, man.
That's a
true.
13 is better. A 14 is better. That's hysterical. Up. 16. Damn it. No, it would have been
close.
It was so close. So
Alright.
all but one of those is the crit. Who looks the least fucked up? I think it's Taruk or
Taruk's
Farron.
probably
Could be me. I'm only down 17.
Oh, it's Farron. Okay. So Farron, you won't get the plus 30 on this, but we're still doing a lot.
That's totally fair.
What's Cress's level of fucked up right now? Is Cress okay?
This is full.
Okay.
Cress got themselves to full.
Just making sure. Cress would be the type to.
Neglect
Yeah.
themselves to treat everyone else. Totally.
They are actually fresh and hale. So that's 15 Farron and then 45 for everyone else.
Woo.
Beautiful.
I'm full.
Might as well be.
And,
Thank you, Chris.
it's up to full as well, yeah. Alright.
Yeah, of course. Nepeta, Chris will say while they work in between the whistling.
Mhm.
I know Taruk is busy, I think, still communing with it, but Taruk mentioned that the Arboreal gave him a vision of darkness. Just darkness. Do you know what that might mean?
Unfortunately, I do. Pysadoth. It's the name of the Arboreal. It's
Oh.
P-I-S. I'll write it out for you. Because P-I-S-C-I-D-O-T-H. Pysadoth.
Pysadoth is not any mere Arboreal, but a unique one. An Arboreal archive. One who keeps ancient knowledge and secrets, a record of the world. This is a sacred duty passed down from archive to archive. And I was once their tender. A duty bestowed on me bestowed on my people by the Moon Witch. This is rather ancient history, but Pysadoth was tasked by the same witch to guard the Everseed in the tower when it was returned to the Gygas. But then came the Aboleths. Prana Trufan arrived on our shores, and I dared not reveal Pysadoth for fear of Trufan corrupting. Having that, stealing that sacred knowledge. Believe it to be Trufan's true intentions since of having arrived in this town generations upon generations ago. You see, the Aboleth, for many years, would simply perish and then return as a new ruler of this town, and that way Trufan has remained in control of this place and this land for far too long. And while that creature was here, I did not risk Pysadoth. And because of my neglect, they have been left to dwell in the darkness for far too long. I fear madness has come over them. I feel it through the roots.
That is grave.
So just above table, because I need to make sure I understand this. So Pysadoth was guarding the Everseed for a long time?
Mm-hmm. Still does.
And
Still
like an
does.
archive of history.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Including the Everseed. Okay, so
Within the vault of the Gygas,
Yeah.
which you guys know to be within the tower.
yeah.
So, is Pysadoth within the tower?
Yes. Within the vault, the last guardian between the protections of the Gygas and the Everseed itself. Pysadoth's task was once to teach the Everseed when it grows and pass on the knowledge of this world. A teacher, a guide, if you will.
Nepeta, do you wish to come with us to the vault of the Everseed, that you might commune once again with Pasadoth?
She looks to you, and small little beads of little crystalline sap kind of well under the eyes. And she says, "That would be wonderful, but I fear I would be a burden. My powers are waning in this world, this dry, sand-covered world."
Cress looks around. Is there a well or anything like a pond?
Immediately as you look around, Cress, unfortunately you see a dried riverbed. You see a lot of when mud gets really dry and caked, it starts to kind of flake and fissure and kind of curl up and stuff like that. There are a few little riverbeds and cropped areas that are starting to appear that way, where water once was. But everybody
You're good.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. But in the immediate vicinity, unfortunately, you don't see any water.
Okay. I think Cress will nod. We'll finish binding everyone up, and then we'll go to the tree, and we'll just start casting spout so that it rains up into the air and then falls upon the tree. And they'll just keep doing that as they speak. They know that it's not enough, right? You can't just water a garden back into life once, but they will provide something for the soil. And as they do, they sort of muse aloud. What then might we say to gain Pasadoth's confidence? To bring them back, what should we do?
Truth be told, I had not cautioned you about Pasadoth before, gesturing to Finn and Farron, because I believe I sense within all of you a kinship with this world, a love that you all bear for this place, not just this soil, but all of Histaeria. You would be the type of people that Pasadoth would welcome. Now, I cannot say for certain.
I understand. We must proceed as though Pasadoth has been touched by the entities within the tower and seek to bring them back.
In this, I will aid you however I can.
So, David, I have magical crafting.
Uh-huh.
And I have access to greater restoration. So I think what Cress is going to do is ask, do you have the materia necessary for creating magic scrolls?
Oh, yes. The old witch was avid reader. I believe the term once used to describe her was it's a human term I never understood. Some sort of worm.
what is it? Hookworm, cookworm? No, bookworm.
Yeah, it's the one.
While we're
I know one of
talking,
those. Chris looks at Finn.
while we're talking, Tolka is kind of playing around in the rain and like lapping
yeah.
at the spout that you're casting and just drinking up the water and looking kind of joyful for a moment.
Yeah.
And Farron watches with kind eyes.
Finn will laugh. Bookworm, never heard of it. Doesn't sound familiar to me at all. He does like the most obvious like. Finn will approach Nepeta, and she's still kind of kneeling down by the sort of array of horror, right?
Yeah. She's got her palms up like as she's talking, and they're just kind of like catching some of the water, and you can see she's kind of basking in the spout.
Yeah,
but conversable.
I think Finn might be nice to get some of the blood off with the water, so I think he just kind of leans down and just like takes a knee. First and foremost, I'm sorry for your loss, Nepeta. Are there any funeral rites that I could help you with? I'm well versed. Bookworm and all.
I would like to bury them. Return them to the world that once gave them life.
I can help with that. And I can ensure that they are protected by the souls of giants.
Thank you, Finn.
When it comes to Paisadoth, I think he'll extend his hands out to hers.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing better for a weary soul than the face of an old friend. The face of someone who's listened. The face of what we knew before. We might be able to... We might be those things that you describe, but you are as well. And Paisadoth will see that too. Just as we do.
You said you extended a hand out.
Yeah.
She will extend, and as her hand hits your palm, you feel the branch-like fingers kind of twisting around yours, not in a terrifying "oh god" kind of way. Yeah.
Your hand's broken, Finn.
Yeah. But you ever like?
You're welcome.
I don't know if anybody ever else does this, but you guys ever like go up next to a tree, or you ever like lean against a tree and you just think like, damn, this thing has seen some shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just kind of there's a reverence in interacting with nature, and I think Nepeta is almost nature personified, Finn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as she holds your hand, there's a kinship of soul, and I think it's not just between the two of you, but it's really between your whole party here, as she looks to all of you and says, our world is under threat, but at least we have worthy guardians to defend it. And if you can carry me, then I will gladly beseech Paisadoth, and perhaps help them to recover. Show them that not all is lost.
Finn nods and smiles as he thinks about the topiary in the Sky Citadel. I think I might have a perfect place for you to find some respite.
Thank you, Finn.
tell me where you'd like them to go. And then he kind of keeps eye contact with her, just so she doesn't have to look at them again.
Sure.
But then I think Finn's the remainder of Finn's time here is enacting funeral rites and just kind of speaking words of peace and protection and passing on.
Yeah. At this point, then, in the aftermath of all this, I imagine the party will naturally disperse. Cress, in Nepeta's hut, you find volumes of texts in all sorts of different languages, all sorts of different sizes. It is quite an eclectic collection. This witch, as you are going through, give me let's see. Give me a nature check. A lot of these books tend to be on the natural world, so we'll go with nature. I'll come back to get the results here in a moment. Farron, yourself and Tulka, right? After, I would say Tulka's probably gotten to rolling in some mud by now, after kind of shaking around. Tulka, your pristine white wolf is now is sopping wet and dirty. As she comes up to you and she does that thing where she goes right up next to you to shake. She could shake over there where she wouldn't get anybody, but that just wouldn't be fun. So she comes up to you to shake. All right. Anything that Farron gets up to?
I think Farron might look around a little bit, if that's something that Nepeta welcomes us, kind of like scoping around her.
Totally.
Because she's been here before and has looked around. But I think Farron is just kind of fascinated with this little hovel and is just looking at all the wondrous things.
Yeah. Kind of reminds you of your own, probably back home.
Yeah, it's very
Savannah.
rustic, right?
Yeah. Farron probably, I don't know, does Farron live in a tree in the savannah? Or
No, she's got a little cabin.
You got a little cabin out there. Yeah. So this little hut out in the mangroves, the kinship of someone living far beyond the edge of civilization.
Yeah, I think it just feels very familiar and maybe gets a little homesick, kind of looking around at everything. Yeah.
Let's say Finn, you are making your way through the space, kind of leading Nepeta the way you would, like an elderly person, as the two of you find plots for everybody, or prepare plots for everybody. It's a hard time, it's a grim time, but Nepeta is obviously grateful. Cress, let's get the result of your roll, but I'll give you a bonus here before you give me that too. We'll say as you are in this makeshift library, just kind of settling into the old witch's collection, I'd say I'd love to invoke Farron. You're kind of in that same space, you're admiring the hut, right? Cress is in the hut doing her own sort, So the two of you are in that area. I will say the two of you are currently alone. If you'd like to do or interact with each other, but Cress, what'd you get for your roll?
Got a 28.
28's a real good roll. Okay. With a 28, I'm going to call that a critical success, and I will allow you to, if there's any specific piece of information, feel free, but I will also give you this too, the name of the witch as you're coming across. Maybe one of the ancient scrolls just happens to have at the front property of, the name is Tillithis. Drop it in the names and apostrophe.
Do you guys know who that is?
No.
History. It's a little it's actually a character that I play in a different very, very much before this time.
Yeah. Long gone by this point.
Long gone.
ancient.
But obviously left her mark.
Oh,
That's cool. Thanks, David.
Yeah. Anything in particular any particular burning questions, Cress, that you want to use this knowledge check to find?
yeah. I think obviously they're primarily looking for like spellcraft materia, but Nepeta's like pointed them in the right direction. So I think like as they're just collecting the literal things they'll need to make a scroll to help Paisadoth to do the thing to do. Like they're like absently collecting the materia they need. And as they're looking over these tomes, inasmuch as the invaders are a threat, I think seeing how ancient this space is, what Cress is looking for. Oh no, they're split in two directions. I think they'll ask Farron. I don't know if I should be focusing on trying to find information on the Aboleths, the Council of Malstru, or if I should. I don't even know if it's where I used to be able to interact with the dream, and now it's like it doesn't recognize me.
Tell you what, why don't you look for anything that could help you figure out your dreams, and I will look for anything that might help us with the aboleths.
Oh, I could kiss you. All right. And then Cress will focus on the dream. And I think as they say, I could kiss you, their eyes kind of flick over through the window. They see Finn outside and they're like,
Farron clocks that with her passive perception. I'll look for aboleth stuff. I think you should look for the stuff that you're trying to figure out by yourself.
The dream.
Okay. So we'll take your 28 for now then, Cress. With dream stuff, there's actually a pretty decent amount of dream material in here because a witch like Telephus. Yeah. Dreams are somewhat in her wheelhouse. Let's see. For dream material, any particular dream material, or if you want, I can just kind of give you.
They're specifically looking for not just like dream interpretation, but the dream, right? That place that they understand as like a realm.
Sure.
As a traversable. Yes. Yeah. Because they have to read Cuthbert's dream later, and they're they're thinking about this more like a navigator.
Sure. Okay. Let's see. The 28. What Telephus, as you're going through these writings, you find there's not with all the materials that she has on dreams, it's a lot of, like you said, interpreting dreams.
They'll take a tarot book with them just for, or the equivalent of tarot, just for them. Yeah. Like, all right, I'm sure this is meaningful.
Yeah. What you do find is that with the 28, like I said, I call it a critical success. The dream does have paths to navigate the dream. The dimension of dreams is, according to Telephus's writings, a dimension in itself, a reality within itself, right? And each individual, like dreamers,
they possess a sort of like little demiplane within it that is theirs, and you can move from dreamer to dreamer. But it also does say that there are actual denizens of the dream dimension, right? One specific one that you find is something called, you see a word appearing a lot. The word is Leng, Leng. You'll see it kind of described as the followers of Leng, the denizens of Leng, right? You're not totally sure if Leng is a place or a person, but what it's clear from the notes is that Leng is to be avoided. What is clear from the notes is that the followers of Leng are abductors of dreamers. Tilithus describes being called to help someone in the village who wouldn't wake. And describes how, after recruiting some adventurers to assist, she was able to enter the dream world and had to face off against the followers of Leng who were abducting the dreamer, abducting the child. So there are dangers in the dream, and there are inhabitants of the dream, and there are pathways.
Does she say how she got in there?
How she got into the dream? Probably a spell. Let me see. I would say you can definitely find
magic.
Magic.
You can probably magic. Let me see.
Just a little bit of magic.
There is a... What's this thing called? I'll give you the name here in a little bit. I know there's a spell for it that lets you...
Yeah, I also know that there are spells for it. That's mainly, it's not a gate, it is a spell, right?
It's a spell. Yeah, it spells. Yep. It spells. Dream Council. Here we go. Is that the one? Yeah. And yeah, so Dream Council, because that was the one that lets you bring in groups of people too. So
the goal.
The goal. And I would say too, at least in here, you can see the details of the spell. It is a ritual. It takes 10. Well, rituals are different in 2e, so let me not say. But it does have a cast time of like 10 minutes. But you are able to find the details of the spell. You get 10 minutes of cast, 1 hour, and up to 12 creatures that you can travel and around to and interact in dreams with. And the range on this spell is planetary.
Oh my god.
So you can dream counsel with any dreamer across the world. But like I said,
staring at the details of the spell like it's gold. They're holding it like it's fragile and like...
You look like you just discovered the most ancient treasure in all the world.
It's like what I could do and more. And I miss the dream. I'd love to take y'all there.
Never been.
It is the demiplane that is mine is beneath calm waters.
Farron kind of sits down and like it's story time. She's ready to hear.
And to move through this dream, you're not quite sure if you're swimming or flying, but you glide through the space and through the light that dapples this calm water. My phone's ringing.
That's the light dabbling.
Yeah, exactly. It's got quite the sound to it, quite the tinkling. But through the water, you can glimpse other dreams, and if you're aware enough of another dreamer, you can step through a veil of water and into another place entirely. A place that someone else made.
Sounds a bit terrifying, if I'm being honest.
I'm learning that is the case. But I don't find it terrifying. I think it's exciting. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of people for a century there, and just getting to see the insides of someone else's yearning, someone else's subconscious, the place that they craft to spend their hours not awake, a third of their life. It's special. I think there are answers to be found there.
Perhaps you're right. I've been alone much of my life, too.
I know.
Well, here's what I found. I'm gonna roll.
Oh, here's what I found.
What do you want for looking for what's it called? Stuff?
The council
Aboleth
of...
stuff.
Yeah.
Aboleth.
That will be... Well, I allowed Button to do nature, so I think nature still works for you, Farron.
Nature.
Yeah.
Nature.
I'd say while this is going on to Finn, you successfully create various little burials. Nepeta will take a moment to say her farewells and stuff here. You're welcome to remain here with her if you want. Otherwise,
Yeah, he
the
doesn't
hut
leave
is
her
also-
alone.
Okay.
He doesn't impede. Like
Mhm.
he doesn't say anything. He just gives her like a 5 to 10 foot like bit of space and just stands there with her so she's not alone.
You guys, you're out there with Nepeta then.
Yep.
Farron, what'd you get?
I got a 33.
That's
Holy shit.
real good.
Natural 19.
Okay. 33. Luckily, Tilthus kept some pretty good notes about Prana's arrival, about Prana's work, and it's clear from Tilthus's notes. Prana, true
Hold
fawn.
on. Tiliphis is Nepeta?
No.
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 Nepeta has
Tiliphis-
Tiliphis's books.
Nepeta has Telephus's notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Nepeta's been living in Tilithus' hut. Tilithus, sorry, I kicked my camera again. Just to quick clarify, Tilithus basically assigned or, tasked dryads with keeping Pysidoth, tending to Pysidoth
Yeah.
while
okay.
they're guarding the thing, guarding the Everseed.
Okay.
But yeah, so Tilithus does keep. There are notes about the arrival of Prana Trufan, which is the thing that kind of inspired Tilithus to recruit and assign dryads. Right, was the presence, the arrival of the Council of Malstru. Their aims or the goals are at this point unknown. That's clear from the notes, but it does look like the Council of Malstru were aware of the Everseed's existence and have been trying to gain access, but the Vault of the Gygas has thus far held. And while it seems that Nepeta or Tilithus explained to Nepeta and the other dryads how to access and assist Pysidoth, they haven't done it since the Aboleth showed up. It was just too much of a risk. But you can see there's notes here about how, Tilithus, returned the Everseed to the Gygas, who placed it within a vault that was guarded by this arboreal archive. Mm-hmm. Was there anything specific? Anything else specific? Like, I know you were talking about the Council of Malstru, but like,
You know they're aboleths. They have caused Chul to infest the waters just through their presence. The Chul weren't there before, but after Prana Trufan came along and became entrenched in this town, they started to come in and start to overtake the reefs. And then the fish folk, too. The fish folk also seem to become quite... they started to grow in population with the arrival of Trufan. And they were, at least according to the notes, were clearly under the control of Prana Trufan.
Mm-hmm. I think more looking at like specifically Aboleth as a creature, weaknesses, vulnerabilities, things like that.
Sure. We'll get mechanical with it. Let's see. Tilithis, you learn anything about the
Settle in,
Aboleths?
baby. We're about to get...
Get comfy.
Let's get mechanical, girl.
Let's get mechanical.
That's right. They're not called aboleths in this game anymore.
Mechanical. All
They're
Cthulhu.
not?
Yes. Thank you, Button. Take a hero.
Alaga-balaga.
What? You are the hero.
Rashka blogga blarg.
That one.
All
Yeah, you got
I
it.
look at it and I'm like, in my notes it's spelled like 5 different ways.
Yeah.
So you can't even
Here,
search
I'll give you
it.
the spelling. It's ALGHOLLTHU.
Why
Yeah,
the
I know.
fuck is that H in there?
OLLTHU.
Oh.
Wait.
ALGHOLLTHU.
GH?
There you go. That's the
Oh, cool.
spelling.
I said it
Algolfu.
completely wrong. Algolfu.
Algolthu.
Algolfu.
Sounds very elvish.
Al Gore.
I have been calling it the wrong.
Okay. Well, so with a crit success, you get
An
2 things off the stat
inconvenient
block.
truth.
You get the lore for free, but you get 2 things off that stat block. What would you like?
I
You can add
want.
weaknesses, saves, abilities.
How many things?
spells.
How many things can I learn? With it.
2.
2. Let's go. Weaknesses or vulnerabilities, and
Saves, maybe?
yeah, maybe like
Spooky stability.
Yeah. Wait, what's the
You
most...
get
Quantify that.
HP range,
Tell us the
HP
best.
range.
most secret ability they have.
You want to know? You want to know an
Finn
ability?
points to his face.
Scary power.
Yeah.
And if you say they can punch, I'm gonna kill you.
Okay.
No,
Weaknesses and
it's a
vulnerabilities.
merciless thrust.
All right.
Weaknesses and vulnerabilities. They have none.
Fuck.
Eat my ass.
Really?
Actually, I
They
mean,
have
it is good to know that we're not like fishing around for that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Special abilities. They do have a special ability.
They're
They
really good at
have. Yeah. They're exceptionally good poker players.
They're
Okay.
fluent in French.
It looks like Tilithis wrote down that they have what was called the Algolthu's curse. Right?
Al Gore's
Cor-
curse.
Al Gore's curse. You'll never win an election. According to this curse,
Ouch.
I alley-ooped and you
are-
didn't disappoint me, David.
Cursed.
Yeah. There are 3 stages to the curse.
Oh my god.
Okay. It is according to the curse. I'm just gonna say simply, it is when you come in contact with their slime, with the
Oh, boy.
Algolthu slime, it can curse you. Over the 3 stages, the victim's skin will begin to soften
Oh no.
as they become drained, and eventually it transforms into a clear, slimy membrane. If it is not,
No.
and they will continue to suffer pretty much every hour until they're gone. You like waste away.
And you said drained as like the mechanical
The drained condition.
yeah.
Yep. You'll basically inflict
So-
drained until the curse ends.
Okay.
And you become like a plasmoid?
Yeah, you basically just melt.
Membranate.
So their slime is pretty gnarly.
Okay. So here's what I found. Don't touch the slime.
Oh my god. Ooh.
You will waste
Press
away and
it.
die a slow and painful and slimy death. So that's
Mm-mm.
useful.
I will say, actually,
according to this, it's across 3 stages, but not very slow.
Oh.
It's a matter of rounds.
Oh.
It's a matter of rounds. So
Yeah.
That is good
So
to know.
it's
You know what? That is
literally-
great to know.
It's like Wicked Witch of the West, throw a bucket of water on, melt, and dissolve. There was one other thing I wanted to look for, David.
Okay.
If you'll allow it.
Depends.
I want to look for a book of, I don't know what they're called, maybe formulas for like magic arrows.
Oh. Okay. Would a witch have some magic arrow formulae?
It's an eclectic collection, you said.
I did say it's an eclectic collection, now,
Roll,
didn't I?
you could roll a dice and see if it's
No,
there.
you can roll a dice. Let's see.
Well, yeah.
No, you do it.
No, you. Okay. I'm all for
Go
it.
ahead. Let's roll a perception check.
Perception, you say. Okay.
Perception is
Perception, he said.
I'll allow it.
Golfing. I've been saying it wrong.
Hero point.
All my notes are wrong.
Much better.
Same.
32.
32 is really good. Okay.
Or should I say?
You find, well, because she was all about dreams and the night and stuff, you do find a sleep arrow you can, or
Oh,
a sleep
yeah.
mechanic that you think, I think between the two of you, because Cress was also looking at across the magic and stuff that she was looking at, that Tilithis had collected. So the two of you find, sleep arrows, it's a level 3 item.
Ooh.
And a grappling arrow,
Nice.
Oh,
level 2 item.
Let's go.
damn. I can't be remiss. Cress is gonna. If I may, if we're taking the time and the burial is occurring, Cress is going to look for runic texts for Finn.
Don't do it.
I gotta.
Don't waste your time, dude.
Hello.
Didn't you?
You rolled a 20. You rolled a 28 before. Let's have you roll again. We'll call this one.
Crafting?
Finn, you're.
Dad?
We'll call this one occult.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did that.
I do occultism stuff.
Yeah.
You do.
I do.
Yeah. Occult.
I do that.
13 on the die plus 14 for 27.
That's pretty good, dude.
That's not bad.
27 is pretty good. 27 is pretty damn good.
That's what.
Let's see. Okay.
There's with my arrow.
Okay. Cress, you are able to find the recipe for a reinforcing rune. So, it's a rune that looks like it would make a shield significantly more durable.
Okay.
And then
I like to
additionally-
think. Oh, yes.
Well, cool. What was your result?
27.
27. And then there's also a spell. Another spell. This one is called Rune Trap. This one is a ritual. It's a level 3 ritual. It takes an hour to cast. There's quite a few components required. Pigments, oils, and then you need a primary caster and a secondary caster. Basically you can create a magical trap by binding a hostile spell into a rune. As part of this ritual, you can also cast a spell to store, or you can also cast a spell to store it into the rune. The stored spell must take 3 actions. Yep, it's a pretty good one.
It's
Stick.
So you can put spells into runes.
Button's got that shit in Pathfinder now.
Oh no.
Let me give a quick little.
You're so diabolical.
Not that. This one. Dink. There's a link to the spell.
David, you're gonna regret that.
All right,
I'm gonna regret it already.
Cuthbert breathes into the rune, and then I let it out.
Calcifer.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been a very successful little library jaunt.
Yeah.
Nepeta is very Nepeta is almost quite bonded to Finn at this point.
Oh.
Okay. Should anything else here at the hut?
I'm soaking wet, dude. With so much spout happening.
There's
Still spouting out there.
Cress will just ask Nepeta, just, I think, giving courtesy to this ancient entity, is there anything you wish to bring? I believe the location Finn is speaking of is in the Sky Citadel. So if there are any things you wish to bring with you, just let me know.
I looks back to the hut and says, I've spent a long time here.
You'll be
Too
back.
long.
Oh, unless you don't wanna.
Perhaps. We will see. If Paisadoth needs to remain at the tower, I will consider remaining with them, but they were always my true charge, merely neglected out of fear for so long. Little John comes up and goes, "Hey, can I come too?"
Oh, little John.
Oh boy.
Finn looks at him and says, "No."
Oh, shit.
I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking. No, yeah.
Can I?
Sad, okay.
I just remembered I have something.
Oh,
We
Forgot.
know that the what are the aliens called? My brain.
The Axiomites.
Axiomites. We know that the thank you. We know that the Axiomites are aware of this place,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and Cress knows that they wanted Nepeta,
Yep.
which means they probably found the Arboreal, which makes
Mhm.
sense. And they're looking around this space, and Cress doesn't know what all is important, and they don't have time necessarily to like interrogate Nepeta regarding like what shouldn't be found. And so they set up the gourd home, which they've never done before,
Oh my
and they're just
God,
gonna
that makes
empty
sense.
her house and
Gourd
put it in the gourd home.
Oh, it's amazing.
They're like, I don't know what they
Mhm.
wanted from you, and I'm afraid that we don't have time to figure it out. So I think we might just want to relocate. And
The
they're
image of Crest tipping an entire home into the gourd home is kind of
Pour it.
incredible.
Shake it.
Just like, hold on, give me a minute.
Can get
they're
that
running
corner of
back
the
and
bag. Oh my
Finn,
god, funny.
roll a perception check for me.
perception.
Me?
Do you perceive the gourd?
I'll tell you. Actually, yeah, all of you roll a perception check.
perceive?
I'm gonna use that hero point you just gave me.
No, Button.
I rolled
Believe me,
that one.
you probably don't want to use that hero. This is a silly check.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry,
Ow.
this is a gag check.
I got
Don't
3.
say that here.
Oh, perception 19.
Okay.
29?
Oh, okay.
That's what episode
You
we're
got a
on.
19.
Yep.
That's true. You got a 19. You said there, Farron.
Yeah.
Okay, 19 doesn't quite catch it. You know, you. Let's say you're helping Cress gather up stuff and put into the gourd home.
Yeah.
Right. Then you're walking through Nepeta's hut as there's a flurry of activity, and you hear coming from the gourd home, you hear, "Help! I fell in! Help!"
Hold on. One moment. Can Finn just reach in the gourd home and pull Lil John
Yeah.
out?
Yeah, you can. I was sitting on the shelf of the hut.
No, apologies.
No.
It didn't happen on purpose. I'm sorry.
We're sorry. We didn't know you were in there.
No, it's all right. He's little.
He's
a messenger.
very little.
So
It's
just
in the
kinda-
name.
It's in the name. Puts him down, gives him a little pat on the back to move away from the hut. Don't worry, it's
Like,
fine.
if you're cool with it, Little John's just gonna hop on your shoulder and ride
Yeah,
on
Oh my
that.
fine.
god,
Fair
cute.
enough. Fair enough.
Fair
All right.
enough.
Hut
Fair enough.
packed.
Hut packed?
Hut packed.
The Dark Souls meme. Hut.
Yeah, hut packed. Okay. With that, should we head back to town?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay. It's getting quite late in our adventuring day. Any business in town?
I think Finn would just want to check in with the construction, see, because they got started, right?
Yeah, they got started.
that?
Like they've
Okay.
been, yeah. When you're back in town, they are in the process of like moving stuff in order, like moving stuff so that
Okay.
it can kind of be constructed. It looks like Chimney has done some coordinating with Toto. They're gonna bring the Sky Citadel real low. It's gonna be a very delicate
Yeah.
operation. Axney
Awesome.
yeah, Chimney is saying like, well, guys, I've never seen Axney worried, but I don't know if they've ever flown this thing so low. But don't
It'll
worry.
be worth it. It'll be well worth it.
Yes,
Thank
good
you,
times.
Jimmy, and we'll tell Axie thank you when we get back up there. But everything looks out to a great start. I'll be out here after I've looks at the bloody, tethered, soaking wet clothing.
Oh,
After
yeah,
I've
you can
done a
nap
little
at
bit
least.
of yeah. Oh, it's been a busy day.
It has been a long and busy day. All right. But yeah, they're getting things into position, so when you come down tomorrow, you guys can get to work right away.
Sweet.
Amazing.
Yeah, between
Crest will
Chimney
warn-
and Koku, yeah. Not Koku.
Crest
Toto.
will just warn the fish folk who are working, because there is no point in secrecy. We're all working together here. Warn them about the flesh warps, and just advise them to ask probing questions of people who might want to separate them from their work, or who might be asking a lot of questions about our intention here.
Very good call. Sorry, just noting.
Not just because, obviously, we don't want them to know our plans, but also because that could be a grave danger to your loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's worrying news.
Better to know about them than not, but yes, it is worrying. And they're like telling this to a group of folk, like, and I'm not telling you not to trust your neighbor, rather, I'm imploring you to dig deep into the memories that you share with one another, and to do your best to verify between yourselves that you are among friends.
The fish folk look to each other, and as they all look to each other, they kind of, you see they nod. A few of them reach out and kind of like hold little shoulders with finny hands. Not finny as in like, yeah. Finny as in, yeah.
Your hands look just like fins. That's the weirdest thing.
It's like one of the, you put two mirrors up next to each other.
Yeah. Hands forever.
Yeah, fins forever. Session title, fins forever.
Fins forever.
But yeah, you see the community with this warning. They don't divide. I think as you reassure and you kind of guide them, Cress, it does take hold that they decide to stand together that much stronger. Toto says, "We will work. Maybe secret questions. That seems like a good idea." And they all kind of say, and they all kind of they move together and they'll set up a little huddle as they all start kind of working on that. Yeah, that's a really good cut. Good warning, Cress. That's excellent. Well played. Okay. All right. Anything else in town?
Nothing for me.
Okay. Then we will say probably back up to the Sky Citadel. Then
Yep.
You've got griffins or hippogriffs rather able to get back up there. Anything in the Sky Citadel? Anybody you guys want to talk to before your characters head to rest?
Anatol's honk shooting,
sleeping.
correct?
Yeah,
he big schlonked.
He's meing.
I think is Nepeta with us?
Nepeta's with you. Yep.
I think we don't have to RP it, but he will get her settled in the topiary and just like kind of get her in a nice little nest close to water.
Yeah.
Plenty of flowers, like overhung by that big tree that Taruk was sleeping in yesterday. Just a place that feels a bit more alive.
Yeah. She's incredibly grateful, Finn, and as you introduce her to it, I think the thing that tells you that she's incredibly grateful, unfortunately, isn't Nepeta, but it's her demeanor. Because as she's kind of walking into a space where there are healthy plants that are not dying but thriving, you see as she kind of, like, almost staring off ahead, lets go of you and walks in to this topiary, walking among the trees, and leans up against a tree, kneels down, and you can see as you're talking, Nepeta almost disappears. I mean, obviously you can see where she is. The person is still there, right? Physically. But there's something about her that just seems like she is almost like exploring the rooms in a house.
Yeah. I'll leave you to it, but I hope this is a needed reminder that this world is and can be very beautiful.
Nepeta doesn't respond as she is deep in plant exploration, but a voice does say, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You do hear, "You good shit, Finn! Thanks for helping her out!" Little John says from your shoulder.
You're welcome. I'm gonna leave you here.
Oh wait, I thought we were hanging out. Oh, okay.
You misunderstood. I gotta go to sleep. And then I think he will try and like ditch
Are we gonna
John
Runecraft?
soon after I've
okay, bye.
I'll see you later, Little John. And he will look for Crest before he goes to sleep, but I'll let Button and Hannah do their thing. I will also be right back.
Okay.
Fine, go.
Farron, anything?
I think maybe Farron might be having a cup of tea with Pascal.
I was gonna say, as you make your way back up, right? Farouk goes off to bed. He's been looking for a sleep.
Sleepy
right?
boy.
Probably in the same tree that Nepeta was settling into. But yeah, no, Pascal comes up to you and he's got 2 cups of tea in his hand, and he goes, "Oh, well, I was gonna offer this to the old man, but I see he's retired for the evening."
Funny you should approach. I was just thinking I could really go for a cup of tea. And she
Well, I happen to have 2 right here.
politely grabs. Thank you.
You're not injured, but you were at one point, right?
I was, yeah. It's all now. Like it looks scarred over, but just crusty blood, kind of.
Yeah. Or you got some bandaging and stuff too from Crest and stuff. 'Cause you got like the treat wounds, right?
Yep.
Well, you certainly seem to have been through quite an ordeal. Are you sure you're all right?
Oh yes, I'm feeling much better after Cress's assistance.
Well, I should be sure to thank him.
Yes.
Taking care of all our allies, all our important and cherished allies.
We don't have to roleplay this.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Pascal and Farron having a cup of tea. I will say, Pascal, Farron, you see Pascal trying to, like, "Wait, you're a nice dog. You're very nice."
Trying to make friends with Tolka.
Doing his best.
And yeah, she'll acknowledge that and just kind of say, Tolka, give him some space.
Tolka's curious, a little uncomfortable because Pascal is obviously uncomfortable.
No.
The two are finding a little bit of balance as time is going on.
All right. That's all for me.
Cool. Cress, anything from you?
I think Cress, in looking for Finn to give him the runes, Finn is not back yet. I think Cress will go to Axne and gift. They'll say, "I did say I'd bring you a present," and they gift him the expensive bottle of liquor.
Oh, such a mighty flavor. And kind of sniffs it in such a small quantity.
I know. Bistro Daddy was loath to part with it, but I explained how vital you have been to Anatole and to the people of Damarel. We're just so grateful.
Kind of does offers a very deep bow, and as Axne moves, this much of Axne moving causes a little bit of an updraft, just a slight kind of thank you.
With their cloud cloak, Finn, I'm not Finn. Cress lifts an inch off the ground for a second. Back.
That's a very Ghibli little scene there.
Yeah. I can see it.
Right.
Much appreciated. You've made all the assistance worthwhile. Thank you.
I understand that you are nervous, and understandably so. Might I introduce you tomorrow to someone who might be able to ease some of your discomfort with regards to our plan? There is a young man named Ramir Ironskin, captained a vessel much smaller than this one, but I think that having someone by your side, whilst, every captain needs Axne, you gotta help me. Who's the person who mans the helm? Helm master? What's that called?
We call it,
and speaks a word in Jotun that is tricky to pronounce.
How's that spelled?
Yeah. But actually, I think, Cress, as you are looking for Finn, yourself and Axie kind of walking through again those breezeways and stuff with that bottle in hand. Axie does explain a bit about the operation of the Sky Citadel. What you learn is the Sky Citadel can only be operated by an individual with giant blood. So you cannot, unless you have giant's blood, you cannot operate it. And Axne explains a bit about the Cloud Giant history, because Axne is one to get deep dive into a topic. Explains that, some of the trepidation is mostly because he was never really trained to be a pilot. He's learned as a result of there being no more Cloud Giants dwelling within this structure. Explains that his uncle was really the one who was the ruler of this citadel before, of this fortress, and was the original pilot. But his uncle was not a friend to the small folk, so was unfortunately slain. But Axne by adventurers. But Axne has kind of dwelled within the Sky Citadel in the Colkennon Mountains alone for a very long time, until Anatole and crew came along.
How do you spell Colkennon? I'm so sorry.
Sure. Drop it here for you.
Oh, okay.
Colkennon.
In that case, Cress will say, your piloting seems exceptional, but understanding that perhaps Ramir can provide insights, and especially Cress is saying provide the help or the aid action, and I can finish crafting items that might boost your confidence.
More so than this. And holds up the bottle.
I don't recommend drinking that and then piloting.
Guys, that's a very good PSA. Don't drink.
Don't drink and
highly
drive.
advise no.
That is for enjoying.
We will have to. I will have to make sure to share some once this is all over.
You're very generous.
Press. It's around this point where you're walking through the breezeways and you catch a glimpse of Finn scurrying down the halls, peering around corners and ensuring that Lil John is not following. As Finn kind of leans up against the wall, you see a little pitter patter down the hall going, Finn! Finn! Ah, shit!
He's obsessed with the fan. I love
it. I believe my friend may be in need of a rescue, actually. I'll bid you good night.
Good night.
Crest
And bowing low. Crest just bows in the manner that Axne did.
Yeah.
Go save Finn.
Finn, Crest, you catch Finn pressed up against one of those dark stone walls.
Don't breathe. You know, gremlins can smell fear.
I'm picking up on that. He just has so much energy, and I don't right now.
I'm right there with you. Cress presses the rune ritual, and then the other one, the
spell,
the recipe, into your chest.
Picking up Nepeta's place.
I got permission.
Good. I didn't think you stole it. Thank you, Chris.
That one should help make you harder to hit, which I think is a good thing.
His hand kind of hovers over the stomach that was once like torn open. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
what about
and
this
that
one?
That one's gonna let us fuck with people.
I'm starting to like that more and more, especially when you say it like that. Could I walk you to your room?
Please do.
Sort of puts out an elbow.
Chris will take it.
Glad you're all right.
I'm glad we're all right. Today has been
Long. Quite long. But
Got called heroes today.
yeah, we did. Kind of nudges. How do you feel about that?
About the same as you, I wager.
Yeah. Undeserving and unfitting of such kind and generous words.
Worried that I will now let them down since an expectation has been broached.
You can't always be the hero. You can't always be everywhere doing everything. What if you're not enough?
How can anyone be enough?
That's
The world is too vast.
Not one person can be enough. But this kind of gestures to the Sky Citadel. Coalition, something like this. A unity of people working to a common cause. That could make a difference. But this is going to sound strange coming from me.
Oh. I'm prepared.
I think they were right. You and I, have been dancing a very similar dance. We don't see a hero within us, but we see a shining light of the same in each other. We say it to each other often, especially after... God, can you believe it hasn't even been 2 weeks since we've known each other?
I
And we
think
have
it's
a lot
only been one.
And we often have these conversations. But they saw in us what we see in each other. And I don't think... Maybe that's a good thing. Yes, there are expectations, but I know you don't hold me to unrealistic standards.
I think the beauty of you is how unexpected you are. How could I hold an expectation? I thought I would walk this road alone, and I didn't think I would make it. I made it because you walked that road too.
I didn't think I was going to make it either. I was alone too, Chris. Walked from the Nexenkoff to here.
It's a long walk.
A long walk. One that I did in continual solitude. I thought it was for the best. I thought that if I were alone, my father wouldn't get hurt. My sister wouldn't get hurt. My grandmother wouldn't get hurt. Even when I walked the path alone, I don't know if they're hurt or not.
I left so Anatole wouldn't get hurt. Upon meeting him again, learned he died. Maybe there is no right way, but there has to be a way. We have to walk it. And I feel a lot better walking it next to you.
Given that, I think we are walking it. I don't think it's something we haven't already found. And this is... Maybe they don't expect the world of us. Maybe we expect the world of ourselves. And that's not a fair thing to do. We can only do so much. And we do a lot.
Oh, it's been... What a day.
Yeah.
I found my people. You found a place that touched something close to your people. We discovered what is happening to Taruk's people. And we found what might lie in our path. Trying to reach what Farron needs for her people.
Sounds to me like those things that we think we're failing at, we're actually doing quite well, succeeding to do.
And Crest doesn't say it because they like this hope and they like this feeling. This feels good and warm. So they try not to linger on it. But they look at Finn and they remember that just a few days ago, a girl named Dex was with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we had just met her, but still that loss is felt. They try to shake it.
Sorry.
No.
Finish your thought.
They try to shake it and stay in this moment and hold on to that hope.
Finn has the same passing thoughts. But in that moment, instead of reaching for the stone, he just squeezes Cress's hand that's wrapped around his arm. I'm happy to be walking this strange and winding path with you, Cressida Estuary.
I wouldn't have it any other way, Fenris.
Oh, look. Your door.
My door. Finn. I hope you have sweet dreams.
I hope that you dream. Knowing the complexity and the yearning for it.
Thank you.
He'll just very slowly, create some distance before, just squeezing Cress's hands and... Right, I need to sleep too, yes. Right.
That moment passes of pause and possibility, and Cress thinks about it, but they don't take it.
Yeah, Cress enters and Finn stands outside the door for just a couple seconds too long.
Beautiful. Finn, after your pause and you do eventually depart, you make your way towards your own room, walking across the breezeways of the Sky Citadel. And off in the distance, from this high vantage point, you can see beyond you the sand sea and just a very thin strip of orange and a purplish and blue sky above you. Permanent twilight as you head to rest. Guys, I think right here is actually where we're going to call our session due to the time. But with this long rest, with you guys resting, and Cress, rest assured, we will still be doing the dreams and everything next session. But
I'm not in a rush.
between now and next session, you guys level up.
Whoa!
With this rest, and after the events of the day, a very
long, very bad,
long,
no good day.
no good day.
I am so giddy.
Party,
That's
you've
8.
reached level 8.
Whoa!
That's my favorite number.
I'm about to be a fucking problem, dog.
So,
Infinity standing upright.
Oh,
yes. Okay, if you want,
my
you guys know we have a lemon law rule in place. You get 3 sessions after your level up to kind of test things out. If you don't like it, just let me know. Easy enough, we'll switch it. Don't
Cool.
stress like narrative stuff.
Cool.
Okay?
They
All
go.
right. Okay, well, guys, tell you what, we're going to call it here for tonight. Players, I'll let you go play with your new levels and look around, see what you want to do with it. And then we will pick back up in a couple weeks with our good buddy Adam as we hop in. We'll finish up downtime from crafting, and then we'll get right into some kaiju fishing.
Oh.
Okay. All right, guys. As we're heading out for tonight, you want to just do a quick round of goodbyes, say who you are, where folks can find you. Let's start. We'll give Alec a second, so let's start with Button again.
I'm back. Hello, I'm Button. My pronouns are they, them. I'm Blue Button on social media. I play Cressida, who doesn't know how to handle their feelings about then. And when I'm not playing them, you can find me playing Sugar Pea on Outlaws of Alkenstar on this channel, and Amanita in New World Rebellion. When I'm not here on Stealthy Elf Productions, you can find me over on Tales Archived, where I play Echinacea Belrose, the wizard with anxiety, and the Norian Springtide, the druid who can't have anxiety.
They're too dumb.
Too dumb to have anxiety.
What's an anxiety?
That's a big
What's
word
that?
for Minnow.
That's a big word for me.
Oh shit.
God, I love Minnow.
Thanks for my deity.
Alec, who you be?
I'm Alec. I be Alec. I've been Finn. Just a guy standing in a hallway, looking at a druid,
Oh.
wanting them to kiss him,
Oh.
but also not sure how to contend with that. Did I do a Julia Roberts reference in this? You're goddamn right I did.
You're goddamn right.
You can find me
I
here.
don't know it.
I'm just a girl standing
Oh.
in front of a boy, asking him to love her. I play Finn. He's great. We love Finn. And I play Nrim in New World Rebellion. When I'm not here, you can find me over at Tales Archived. I'm the Artificer from Realm Celeste. I'm the captain of Pirates of the Dual Seas, and I produce other things over there. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm Hannah. I've been playing Farron Balmya here on Unearthed Inheritance. And when I'm not playing Farron, I'm playing Pamini and Echo on our sister campaign, Sansi Saga. I also play Hazel in New World Rebellion. And
He's so hot.
rough and
I'm not muted.
rough, rough and tumble country gal.
So hot.
Miss what's my name? Ramona over on Outlaws of Alkenstar.
What's my fucking name? Dude?
Who am I? I ask myself that every day. When I'm not here on Stealthy Elf Productions, I'm over on Tales Archived, Pirates of the Dual Seas, playing Miso, badass monk bitch who can now fly. Just keeps getting better, you guys. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Please go check out all of our stuff on Stealthy Elf. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, we're on X, we're on Instagram, all the things, all the places. Check us out. We have a lot of fun projects.
Yeah. And guys, I've been your GM. My name is David. My pronouns are he, him. And you catch me here as the game master of all of the Heroes of Histaeria games, and also our Pathfinder 2nd Edition Outlaws of Alkenstar actual play, and a couple of the other projects. We got a whole ton going on here. So like Hannah said, check it all out. And then when I'm not here, I'm over at Tales Archived. I play Saul in the Known Realm Celeste campaign, and I play several faces and several characters, who's actually just one character, over in the Pirates of the Dual Seas campaign. But that's me. So, go check us out in all the places, and we will see you here next week for
Sansi Saga.
Sansi? Yeah. It's always a trick to remember.
See
which
if we
one.
can finally
but-
wrap up
When
that
am
encounter.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shh. Shh.